Good morning, class. It's me, your teacher, Ethan. Today, what we're going to be studying is, within phonics, we are going to study magic E, otherwise known as silent E. In the last couple days, we've been studying the long and short vowel sounds, which you may recall. We have A as in apple, E in edge, I in igloo, O in octopus, up. The short vowel sounds, A, E, O, and Those are the ones we've been studying. You probably remember those. On top of that, we also have the long ones. Those are the ones that say the vowel names. So A is 8, A. E is E. And then I, O, and U. Like in ice, over, and, oh, you can't see me, unicorn. A, E, I, O, and U. Those are your vowels. So we have the short and the long. That's what we've been doing the last couple of days. Now when it comes to the verbs and what sounds they make, there are two patterns that are easy to keep track of, but does take practice. There is, where's my mouse? The verb consonant. So your verbs are A, E, I, O, U, and your consonants are most of all the other letters. So B, C, T. So one of our patterns that we're going to learn is the verb followed by a consonant. So an A, I can zoom in. With A, you might have A followed by a T, or an A followed by a P, or another T. But any consonant works. So verb consonant. And when you have a verb followed by an immediate consonant, you have the short sound. So short A, if you remember, is ah or a. So we have A-T, at, at. A and P, a, and p, app. And then A-T again, which is at. Those are always your short sounds. You have an A, or a vowel, your vowel A, followed by your consonant. So cat, nap, that. Those are always short A. And we also have E's. Short E sound, eh. Yes, you're right. So in this one, we have E and then T. Remember, short E. So t, et. So if you read it all out, wet. Ed. What sound does D make? Duh. That's right. Ed goes ed, ed. So then we have bed, bed. And this one's a little longer, might be a little trickier, but we have an E followed by two consonants, but it's still the same thing. But do you remember what ST does when it's together? St, st. It's a tricky one. So we have E followed by your consonants, which makes this go short, eh. So and then your ST, 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 est. Then you start with your P, pest. Same goes with I. Where does short I go? I. Yep. So we we have I, P, I, T, I, N. Lip, sit, pin. Those are all your short I's. Same goes for O, which is short O. Short O goes ah. Yes, very good. Oops. Went to zoom. So OT. What sound does T make? T. Very good. Ah. So short O, ah, plus T, ought. Caught. Short O plus D, odd. Short O plus M, very good. And then finally, U. We have U and P. What does short U do? Very good. So we have p, up, cup. Then we have UMP. The MP, what do those do together? That's a tricky one. That's another tricky one. But we still have short U. Then we start with the J. What sound does J make? J. Very good. J, jump. And then here we have U and a T. Short U goes T goes T. So we have hut. Very good. And then those are your short words. A verb, A-E-I-O-U, followed by a consonant. Goes short. Those are your short sounds. So then you have your long sounds, which if you remember, is just the letter's name. The letter's name. A goes A, E goes E, I goes I, O, U, and U. So when you have a verb and a consonant, we know that it's short. But then we have your special E. If it goes verb consonant and then it's followed by an E, the E is silent, but it makes that vowel that came before it long. So let's take a look here. You have hat. We know the word hat, but then which is short A because it's verb consonant. But then we tap on an extra E at the end, we get this word. Be hat, but the E makes the A go long. Hey. Hate. Which you should not do, but for the sake of this lesson, that's the word we have. Let's try another one with A. Short A goes very good. Followed by a P is app. So this word is tap. But we do the E, which is silent at the end, but it makes the A do what now? Makes it go A. So tap is now tape because of the magic E. Alright? So if the E is right after your verb and your consonant, instead of making it short, it goes long now. So let's try it with an E. We have this word with the short E-T from earlier, pet. But we tap on an extra E. But what does the E do to this E? It makes it go long. So instead of pet, long E goes P, eat, Pete. Okay, can you guys start to see how that's starting to work? And then here, if you can see it, we got the tricky TH. Or the, in this case, for them. Short E. I, them, but then we tap on an extra E, makes that E go long. So instead of them, it goes the E, theme. And then we don't say the second E because it's silent. Then we go to I. We know this word. We can sound it out. P, in. P, in. Pin. But then we tack on silent E, which makes the I go long, and the E's silent. So, P, I, N, pine. Kit, which we signed out. Put on the E, makes the I go long. We get kite, because of the I. Long O, we get this word, ought, dot. Tap on an extra E, makes the O go long, which goes O. We get o, dote. And then with U, we know short U goes so we get this word, cub. We put an E at the end. It switches the U. Now it's a long U, which goes U. So cube. Cube. Alright? You start to see that? We're gonna go on and try an activity where you guys, how do I get out of this? Help. That'll work. Alright. So we're gonna do an activity. If you can see it. Full screen, please. Alright. So here is a bunch of words, which we're going to do it later. You guys can take a quick look at them. Alright? And then up here, we have three groups. We have verb consonant, which is short sound. Alright? What sound does a verb consonant with your special magic E do? Goes long vowel sound. And then here we also have the other group. So in this list of words, there's going to be some words that can be tricky maybe that don't have a verb consonant or a verb consonant silent E, but it has a special pattern, and we'll talk about that later probably. Alright, so what I want you to do with these words down here is one at a time. I want you to come up, find the vowel, underline the vowel, and then I want you to decide if it's a verb consonant or vowel consonant, or a vowel consonant silent E. And if it's not either of those, it'll be other. So, for example, let me find my doodle pin here. Let's take a look at the first one. First one is H-A-D. Had. Alright, let's find the vowel, which is A, followed by a D. So we have a verb consonant. Okay. So we're thinking it's probably this one. And what does vowel vowel consonant, we're thinking it's this one. And if it is this one, it would have a short A. And short A goes ah. So let's read the word out. Had. Does have that short A sound? Had. Add. A-D. Add. It very much does have that short word. So we're going to go here. We'll write had. Alright? And then that one is done. Alright? Alright, let's do one more. Let us do the last one here. Alright? Might be a longer word. We can sound it out. We have H, which goes huh. And then we have O-L-E. Well, there's a vowel. Then it's followed by L, which is consonant. So we have a verb, consonant, followed by an E. So it looks like it might be verb, consonant, silent E, which we know makes the long sound. So we have H, long O, and then L. And the E is silent. So we have H, O, U. H, O. Whole. And it very much goes there. H, O, L, E. Alright? So one at a time, I'll call you up. You can pick a word and go in order or any order you want. I want you to find the vowel, see if a consonant follows it, or consonant E, and some of these words will be a little different, and those will just simply go in other. At that point, we would do the activity. They would come up one at a time. They would find the vowel, find the consonant, read it out loud, and then we'd stick it in one of these categories. But obviously, I don't have people here. So, oh yeah, that's the chalkboard sort. It's a little bit different because I don't have a chalkboard or other things, but it is a version of it that I can do here. With the modifications on that activity, for ELL, the book makes it pretty clear that it's really good for them to be able to see, hear, and to be able to say the words as they decode them. So I kind of tied this into the activity already, just because that's the way I wanted to do the activity. But as they put to modify it, if I didn't do it the way I had, and it would just put them in the things like on a piece of paper, just on their own, by allowing them to sound out the word, it would, especially as a whole class activity, they would be able to hear how the word sounds in the in actual context. Well, use, maybe not context. As an added modification to that thing, as we put the words up there, and as we read the sounds out, once we blend all the sounds together and actually make the word out to where I could read it, or I'd say it rather, the class could then just repeat it. Whole, for instance, once we put it all together, they would then just say whole, I guess. For special ed modifications, the instance I used here, because the lesson goes, it focuses on the difference between short and long vowel sounds. If they were having trouble recalling, say, the short vowel sounds, you would have the cue words the cued vowel sound words. Now I might have these like on a poster where they could see them like, okay, here's the short words, and for these vowels, this is the word that we use. But if that's not the case, say we were doing a word with a short I, like hit, or bit, and the student wasn't able to recall the difference between or the right vowel sound for a short I. I might ask them, what vowel do we have in this word, which they would point out the I, and then I would ask, okay, well, we know it's I. What is I's short sound? What is its long sound, which they might know as I. And if they don't know the long sound, okay, well, what's the short sound? Or if they know the long sound, if they don't know the short sound, I might point them to the cued word, which as the book gives us as itch. Yeah, I don't necessarily have to use that one, but I do like that one because you have the physical aspect of it. So if they don't know the short vowel sound for I might ask them, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm scratching or itching. And then like, okay, itching, and then once they find out, okay, itch, I'd ask them, okay, well, what if we put that into the word that we just read, such as hit? Well, we do H, short I, T, H, it, T, hit, and then we could see if that would make sense. Overall, not exactly. I would like to spend more individual time over short and versus long sounds, but for the sake of a hopefully quick, I would have spent multiple days, possibly weeks, over just short sounds, long sounds, and then being able to tell the two before I moved on to this. But for the sake of time, I tied it all together into this one activity where we would organize and tell the difference. I don't know how much of me you could see during that because camera's weird and I only have certain limitations. But that is my activity.